Good morning, everybody. Wake up.
Wake up, wake up.
In Provincetown. This week featuring
Wake up, wake up.
Can I have some coffee?
Wake up, wake up.
Make it strong, please. Hey. Oh. Hey.
Wake up, wake up.
Oh. No, really, can I have some coffee?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. You know that what I just said is true, right? Are we on?
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, July 1st, 2022. Happy summer. It's in full swing now, right?
Yeah, it got warm this past week.
It finally feels like those warm summer nights that we've been longing for are here.
Mm-hmm. But then the second they come, you're like, oh, they suck.
No, what are you talking about?
They're hot.
But you want it to be hot.
No, you're right.
I mean, if it wasn't hot, you wouldn't be able to make out with a boy for 3.5 hours.
I can do that whenever.
I know, but isn't it better when it's hot?
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We were just saying.
Okay.
He was telling
we
a story.
Weren't just saying anything.
We were just saying that I personally, for me, just because of, how many things I have to try and get done in a day, the only thing I have time to do for 3.5 hours is sleep.
I think your priorities are off.
I don't have 3.5 hours to make out with someone. Like kissing, I mean, do you ever make out with somebody for 3.5 hours?
I've been boyfriend for 2 years. I don't do it at all.
Oh my God.
That is a long time to be making out with somebody.
It was fun.
Good for you. I'm really happy for you. You seem really happy.
Great.
She would get off the clock.
Did you go on a proper date? Do you not want to talk about this?
I don't. No, I do not.
Is it because he might be watching?
I don't know.
Okay.
In this room?
No, what? Anyway.
Does he live and work in town?
It's July 1st. You know what that means.
Is it a guy? Who's on the show today, Harry?
We've got a really fun show for you. I'm going to fucking murder all of you.
Wow. Awfully strong language for this early in the morning.
We've got a really fun show for you today. I sat down with Joe Santos yesterday to talk about his new show, Insomnia, which premiered at the Crown and Anchor this past Sunday in the Wave Bar. And
Did you get to go?
No, I work Sunday nights,
Oh,
but I'm
that's
going
right.
to figure it out. I'm definitely going to be able to make it at some
Well, the
point
next
this
time we
summer.
swap a Sunday for Monday.
Definitely.
You absolutely
Yeah.
have to go to it.
But his show is every Sunday at 7:30 at the Crown and Anchor in the Wave Bar.
Anchor?
Sorry, I
Why do you keep saying it
I keep
like-
saying it wrong, and then I try to say it right, and then I mess it up.
You're now saying it like Dina Martina.
Well, I said Crown and Anchor a few minutes ago, and now I'm like Anchor. How do you pronounce Anchor again?
Like
Who
that.
else do we got?
We have David Raleigh, the celebrated singer from New York, who's here for a couple of weekends doing shows. I mean, he's not just here doing shows, he's here for a couple of weekends to live his best gay life, too.
She's doing shows.
Right? Where is he?
He's hiding over
Sitting
there somewhere.
there.
We also have Joshua Wilmeth, who is premiering his show tonight. It's been up for a few days, but tonight is the opening party
Reception, gallery opening.
at
the show.
Commons. It's called Figure It Out. It features a lot of his figure drawings and figure work. It's going to be killer. But he's
Yeah.
going to be chatting with us about that later.
But first, let's talk about the week leading up to today. Last weekend, of course, the Supreme Court took away the constitutional right to abortion. Right after this show. Like, we did this show Friday morning.
Yeah.
And weirdly, made some abortion jokes. I'm glad we did that before.
Did we?
I mean, well, it was very... I shouldn't have been joking about, women's things being available to women in shortage. I was, joking about, tampon shortages and
right.
baby formula shortages. And then, of course, immediately after this, we got that bad news. And it's just, that's, it's the snowball starting to roll down the hill.
And the snowball seems to be rolling very quickly.
Right.
They also, Supreme Court okayed a coach to pray on a field, all while in the same week, LGBT teachers in Florida were asked to remove pictures of their same-sex spouses.
Yeah.
So it's like, we're going two directions very quickly at the same time, which is terrifying.
Yeah.
Honestly, I had a lot of trouble putting together the things I wanted to talk about on this show specifically, because everything, what is too serious for us to talk about on this program, and then the things that I feel like are appropriate to talk about seem so frivolous when important things are really happening.
Nothing is too serious to talk about.
That's true. Yeah.
So talk about whatever you want. I mean, the world is a dark fucking place right now. Not just the world, but this country specifically.
Oh, yeah.
I do feel very grateful to live out here at the end of the world where it feels like we're insulated from a lot of this. But at the same time, you know, we're not.
Right.
So I don't know what else we can do except for, you know, you have to be cognizant of what the people that you are voting for stand for and what they do. Like I was also reading a couple of weeks ago about a proposed bill to prevent price gouging at the gas tank. And every single Republican voted no. So, you know, if you're complaining about the price of gas, it's not the president's fault, or it's like your fault. If you voted for somebody that doesn't want to stop price gouging, then it's your fault.
That's what's so frustrating about the Republican narrative is like you look at it and you're like, how do they not see? But they don't.
Right. Yeah. Just, you know, pay attention.
Yeah. But the bare minimum is voting, even though this past week the Supreme Court agreed to hear a case that would allow states basically like sweeping authority to overturn national elections within their state. So it's a little scary because voting might not even matter in the future. Yeah.
Let's go back to talking about frivolous things.
That's what right? No, I'm just kidding.
No, but we can talk about all of it.
There was a lot of pushback against Democrats who chose to use this as an opportunity to fundraise. A lot of people received right after the news, they were inundated with emails and text messages from different Democratic politicians asking for donations to fight against this. And I as much as like they're right, typically Democrats are for abortion rights, things like that, and they do need money to run and to win. Basically, most elections in this country, whoever raises the most money wins. So it is important, but at the same time, when we have a majority in the House, the Senate, and a Democratic president and all this stuff is still happening, obviously I understand why, because the Supreme Court was stacked with our last president. It is like, it's kind of like, we did that. We did vote. We did all that. So what are we supposed to do now? Like, give us an idea, give us some leadership. And I feel like the people who are frustrated with these emails and these text messages that's their frustration. It's like, we're looking for more than please give us money.
Right.
What are we supposed to do? What can we do to be most productive in these moments? What can we do to actually make change?
I just think both sides, they try to galvanize their base with whatever is happening right now. And Democrats are like, look, they're taking away your rights, galvanize the base. This is going to be like a Republican slamming episode. The Republicans are like, look, they want trans people to have rights. Raise money.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Totally. I'll bash the Democrats for a minute.
Go for it.
I'm honestly, obviously this is a horrific, really horrible thing, but it is such a good thing when it comes to keeping Democrats in office this coming November. Because if you look back at all the campaign promises that our president made going into this election, what were they going to run on next time? Like, was their campaign slogan going to be, this time we'll actually do it? Because they didn't do fucking anything that they said they were going to do. Not student loan forgiveness, not health care. Like, they aren't doing any of it. So they had nothing to run on. So now they're running on, once again, at least it's not them, and they can continue fucking doing nothing. There we go.
Yeah.
Slim Democrats.
Everyone sucks.
Yeah.
Except for our own state senator, Julian Sear.
Yeah. So let's move on before I get really frustrated. But
I like you really frustrated.
I'm trying to keep my bubbly morning personality while being frustrated, so it's tough. But we did get some information regarding the monkeypox virus from our dear senator friend, Julian Sear. Obviously, people need to stay vigilant about monkeypox. It is now a growing concern, even beyond last week and the week before. As of yesterday, there were 8 new confirmed cases of the monkeypox virus in Massachusetts, bringing the total number of cases to 21 in the state of Massachusetts. These cases are in all demographics, but it is most specifically affecting men who have sex with other men. And the stories I've heard are rather terrifying.
And as we continue to tell you, please turn on the lights when you bring a trick home. I hope while you were making out with that person for 3.5 hours, the lights were on.
Or don't.
Or don't turn the lights on?
No, or don't. Like, the thing about this upcoming week is a lot of these people who are coming for 4th of July week are the same people who were in New York for Pride. We're in every city for Pride the last month. It's circuit week, or unofficially circuit week. And what the circuit is these people that go from party to party to party to party. No shame, no judgment. But this is how these things are getting spread through bodily contact.
No, my
So-
favorite thing is Ethan behind the camera
Yeah.
nodding and then
He's like,
laughing and then being like, oh boy. No, seriously, it is circuit week here in town. And but remember last week when I was like, oh, there's a vaccine for it, and Julian was like, no, there's not. In New York, they were giving out a vaccine. That's what I had noticed on Instagram was people around the block in a line waiting to get vaccinated in New York. But we here are not getting the vaccine for monkeypox, despite the fact that this will be known as ground zero for monkeypox after this week. I
Right.
guarantee it.
It's gonna be
just
another-
like last year when we invented Delta here, like during Bear Week, Provincetown was known as the epicenter of a new COVID variant. It's going to happen.
I know, it's going to happen again, where Provincetown is going to be splashed across the headlines, not looking great. Right.
Turn on the lights. Also, though, I mean, I was just looking at an Instagram story this morning of this guy being like, it's, you know, this porn star complaining that he had the pustules on his face. Whenever you talk about a virus like this, does your arm, I'm like, it makes me itch. Like I'm having like a allergic reaction to this conversation. But like you don't want it. And if you get it, you have to stay home for like 6 to 8 weeks. Like we would miss an entire summer worth of work. Anyone in Provincetown, if you get monkeypox, that fucks your entire summer.
Which also fucks your
$0.
entire winter if
Yeah.
you are a person who works through the summer and then collects unemployment through the winter.
Right.
You will no longer be able to get unemployment because you didn't work the previous 2 quarters.
The bottom line is you don't want it.
Do not get it.
Like where is it mostly appearing on people's bodies? What were they just saying?
Anally.
Anally.
Inside.
Inside the anus?
Yes.
Where you can't even see even if the
Yes.
lights are on.
Good morning.
So if you're somebody who enjoys analingus, is that the appropriate term?
No, but yes.
No, but yes.
Just, I mean, you know, it's scary.
Right.
Just be careful. You don't want monkeypox. Do whatever it takes to avoid getting
Right.
monkeypox. I don't want to ruin everyone's good time.
Right.
I saw I saw a friend at the Provincetown Inn pool the other day who was with a friend from LA. And my friend who lives here was like, ugh, my friend from LA won't even let me talk about this. He's like, you're spoiling my good time. Stop talking about it. And I'm like, we need to talk about it.
It's one of those things that doesn't necessarily have to spoil your good time, but talking about it is the best way to mitigate this crisis. Like, so monkeypox virus can only be transmitted if you have symptoms. So therefore, you have to know what these symptoms are, and the way to know what the symptoms are is talking about it, which is why we're doing it here.
Right.
Right. So if you have any symptoms, which are flu-like symptoms, obviously a rash, pustules, things like that, contact your doctor immediately. And if you are known to have had contact with someone who has had monkeypox, contact your doctor immediately. I'm fairly certain they are expressing vaccines to those people who may have been in contact, because I think it takes about 2 weeks for the virus to kind of take hold, and you can get in the way of it if you get the vaccine in that time.
Cut it off at the pass.
I think that is true.
It feels like too little too late to me. I feel like
We'll take whatever we got.
Yeah.
Sure.
But the Provincetown Health Department, Outer Cape Health Services, AIDS Support Group, the Provincetown Business Guild, State Rep Sarah Peake, and Senator Julian Sear are working furiously to share information, educate the public, and get us vaccines as soon as they become available. If you go to the AIDS Support Group website, they have a ton of really great information. And they had a public forum on Tuesday with state health officials this past Tuesday to figure it out. And if you go to the town website, there is a recording of that available to you. Let's move on from another horrible topic.
that was the frivolous fun stuff.
Fuck. I'm sorry, I'll stop swearing. Let's move on to another not frivolous and fun story. So this past Tuesday, Head of the Meadow Beach was shut down for an hour.
Only an hour.
Only an hour, but after a shark sighting. And scientists are kind of warning that this is, once again, June through kind of the fall, September, October is shark season on Cape Cod. They basically migrate to these waters to follow seals that come to these waters to hang out, and they come to eat them. Luckily for Provincetown beachgoers, they tend to stay on the Atlantic side of the Cape, but obviously they can be on the bay side of the Cape as well. And you just have to be aware and beware of sharks. Yeah, there's been how many shark sightings? There's been 3 shark sightings this week on the Cape alone. Megan Winted from Atlantic White Shark Conservancy says they are constant presence from June to the fall. And yeah.
I went into the ocean on Wednesday in Wellfleet, no deeper than my neck, but I don't want to say that that's 100% safe.
It is not.
It's not, but also like the last time somebody was killed by a shark, it was like 20 yards out. So stay close to the shore.
Yeah.
Like, don't be afraid to go in the water. Up to your, like here.
Yeah. And also be vigilant. Watch out for dark spots in the water, obviously dorsal fins.
If you see a
things
bunch
like
of
that.
seals,
Don't
you
swim.
don't want to be in the food bowl. That's
Or the poop bowl.
or the poop bowl. What?
Seals shit tons of stuff.
Oh.
Constantly. You don't want to swim near seals.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I'm like, the poop bowl?
I meant like a shark's food bowl. Like the
Yeah.
seals are the. Okay.
Because
This got gross real fast.
I definitely look like a wounded seal when I swim. There's no chance I don't, I look super tasty when I swim.
Oh boy, this is the darkest show of all time.
Yeah.
Monkeypox, abortion, seals,
Most
sharks.
of the rest of my stories are fun.
Get to the fun. Let's
Okay.
get to the fun.
I ate at Sal's last night. It was very delicious.
That's fun.
Yeah, it
That
really
is
was
really
fun.
What
So-
did you have?
I went with a friend and we got a carbonara and a chicken parm and split it.
Oh, that's perfect.
It was perfect.
Not
Yeah.
light.
It was funny that my friend was like, I was like, I definitely want to get the carbonara, and he's like, that sounds really delicious. I was like, well, then pick something else and we'll get those 2 things and we'll share. And he was like, he listed like 4, and he was like, which one should we get? And he's like narrowing it down, and I'm being a true Libra and not giving him any help narrowing it down. He's like, eggplant parm or chicken parm? And I was like, I don't care, you pick. And then he's like, let's get the chicken parm. I'm like, okay, great. And then like throughout the meal, he's like, what's your favorite thing to eat? And I was like, chicken parm. And he's like,
Why didn't you just
why
put your
didn't
foot
you
down?
tell me that when I asked you? And I was like, well, I picked one, and I didn't want to pick 2.
You were hoping he would get there on his own.
And he did. It
And
was
he
great.
did.
It was perfect.
This was Sunny?
No.
Was it a date?
It was a date.
Was it
Jesus
3.5
fucking
hour
Christ.
kissing boy?
Can you shut the fuck up, Bob?
Did you kiss after eating all that?
Well, we both ate the same food. It was fine.
That's heavy. I would fall asleep after that meal. In each other's arms. Did you fall asleep in each other's
I'm
arms?
gonna fucking murder you. Murder. If Bob gets murdered, it was me, I promise.
It wasn't a shark.
No. Here at the brewery, they're going to be doing a contest. It started on January 30th, but it's going to be running through Saturday, August 22nd. If you've seen our asphalt glitter can in the past, it features our beloved pet here at the brewery, Brewski. He's adorable. He's been featured on our show before. But we are looking for the next pet star to be featured on a can. And it's going to be, we're teaming up with Casas, which is the local animal shelter here in town. And it's going to be a fundraising event for them. You can submit a photo of your pet to be featured on a special edition brew. Each submission is $10 and can be done at casasanimalshelter.org. And also voting is going to be happening after submissions are closed on casasanimalshelter.org website. Yeah. I really want it to be Neptune.
I was going to say that. Bonnie and Beth, if you're watching this show, Neptune has to be on the
Yeah.
can.
Neptune's Brew.
Yeah.
How
Oh, that's
cute.
perfect.
Exactly.
That's a perfect name for a beer.
Yeah. I'm picturing Neptune as like a mermaid. So cute.
I'm sure he's already done that. For a costume.
Exactly. They're like, we did that already. So, but I'm sure there's tons of other adorable pets that could be featured on a can. So please go to casasanimalshelter.org and submit. And once again, it is a $10 fee for submission, but it is a fundraiser for Casas, which is really cool. Yeah. And the winner will be announced on September 19th, which is the beginning of Provincetown Pet Appreciation Week.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
You were working last weekend, so you probably missed the Portuguese Festival and the Blessing of the Fleet.
I did, but I know you were out there. How was it?
It was so much fun. It's such a beautiful celebration of the Portuguese culture here in town. It was the 26th annual Portuguese Festival and the 75th annual Blessing of the Fleet. And as these cultures that have been around for a long time in town sort of dissipate, Portuguese families sell their homes and move away. I think it's just a lovely thing to observe. Like, I'm normally working on all weekend, and last weekend was the first one that I got to actually go on a boat in the harbor and get blessed. They haven't always allowed recreational vehicles to get blessed.
Oh, really?
It used to be just for fishing vessels. But, now they're blessing all the gay party boats, which is very nice. Thanks, guys.
Until it's outlawed by the Supreme Court.
Well, Jesus. I'm trying to steer us over to fun.
I know, but it's been tough to do that lately.
No, I know. And I know a lot of people that had a really rough week, just mental health wise, once that decision came down on Friday. It's been a really hard week to look on the positive side of things and try to have fun.
Yeah.
But I encourage everybody, spend time with people that you love. It's the best remedy for bad news like that. We really can't control what's happening on a national level. We can control our own lives to an extent. So spend time with people that you love, do fun things, go to lunch with a friend that makes you laugh, and it will lift your spirits more than you can possibly imagine.
And also feel accomplished in fighting against it.
Yeah.
Do something that will make you feel accomplished.
Absolutely.
Not to go back to this, but I also want to share my thanks and admiration to so many women and some men who shared their stories and how they've had experiences involving abortion, because there's this way in which opponents of abortion weave this story of it being this horrible thing, and obviously it can be horrible, but a lot of times it is horrible, but it is necessary. And I've seen a lot of friends and family share their stories, and that's really important to change the narrative around abortion, to make it be seen for what it really is. Yeah.
What is it really?
It's a medical procedure that is necessary in a lot of different cases to save the mother's life, and not only medically. I think we also have to respect the fact that being forced to have a child isn't a good thing in all cases.
And no, in most cases not.
Right, obviously.
There's not even a single place on Cape Cod where you can get an abortion.
I did read that today.
Since they closed that clinic in Hyannis in 2008, you have to go completely off Cape to get an abortion, but at least it's still legal here in Massachusetts.
Right. And at least you can stay in your own state. I know already people are having to travel out of their state, and there's also threats of legal action against citizens of certain states going to other states.
You know what I did read too, speaking about how evil social media is, and then I'll get to how beautiful and wonderful social media is. Somebody was saying that they posted on Facebook, if you need help getting abortion pills, send me your address. And that post got taken down for violating their community guidelines. And the reasoning was, this violates our guidelines about controlled substances like guns and etc. medications.
Okay.
So the person reposted it with, if you need help getting guns, send me your address, and it didn't get taken down. So the same post, switching out the word guns for abortion pills, stayed up. So is there a community guideline violation or not? So fuck you, Meta.
Yeah.
But you know what happened to me this week?
What?
I got a phone call that I thought was a butt dial from the woman who taught me how to tend bar 20 years
No
ago.
way.
I was like, Lisa Peters, that's got to be a mistake. So I answered it, and she was like, hey, I haven't heard her voice in 20 years. I have not seen this person in person for 20 years. And that is the miracle of social media, because she was on Facebook, and it tells you if somebody's, it looked like I was on right at that moment. And she goes, he's on. I'm going to call him through the Facebook app.
That's so sweet.
So thank you, Meta. And Mark Zuckerberg.
I love that, because I've been bartending for 15 years, and I do still have a place in my heart for the person who taught me how to bartend, because it is a skill that is so useful and can take you anywhere in the world, and it changes your life. I know that
she changed my life.
Right. So thank you to Mary Devaney.
Mary Devaney?
Yeah, who
that's
trained me
yours?
how to bartend when I was 20 years old.
And one of my favorite things that she used to do is, she was a smoker, and she'd be like, I'm going to go take a cigarette break. And I didn't smoke, so 21-year-old me was like, well, I'm not going to get to have a cigarette break. And she would come back and go take your cigarette break. She was like, you don't have to smoke, but go do whatever you want for 5 minutes. And I was like, fair.
Yeah.
She was a very fair, honest, loving person. And she is now in Cottonwood, Arizona. And she was like, my wife and I are the only two openly gay people for 120 miles. And I was like, that can't be true.
How'd she know that, from Grindr?
I think she was exaggerating, but she was like, we have no like gay, we are very lucky here
Oh, yeah.
to have a very wide array of like gay community. Like we live in a very, very gay place, and she's never been here. And I was like, you have to come visit. She's like, you need to come visit me too. And I was like, I'll see you in Provincetown.
Yeah. I've lived in Provincetown so long that my brain now defaults to queer. When I meet people, they have to come out to me as straight because I just assume they're queer.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, which I think is a success.
It is.
I did it.
Thank you,
I've
Provincetown.
untrained my brain.
That's the gay agenda. Assuming everyone is gay is our
Yeah.
agenda.
Well, I always say that whenever I watch movies, if a character doesn't explicitly, if there's no evidence that they are explicitly straight, I assume they're queer.
Really?
Yeah. I was watching Dune, and do you know how like Jason Momoa plays like his like friend?
Yeah.
I was like, gay. He's gay. And everyone's like, why? I'm like, why is he straight? You know? Yeah. I mean, that might also just be wishful thinking, but
That's
whatever.
wishful thinking.
Really fun news at the Crown coming out this week. They opened a new restaurant in their restaurant space. It's called Balena, which is Italian for whale. It's it's going to be really amazing because it is Chef Reina Stefani. She's formerly of Bay Bar and also Terra Luna in Truro.
If you've all missed Bay Bar as much as I have, Bay was the best food in town for every year that it was open. I'm so glad she's back.
Yeah, now
That's
it's
going to
gonna
be
be
an
the Crown.
excellent dining experience.
Really, really exciting. And also Jake Hetnarski is their chef de cuisine. So it's going to be really fun and exciting.
That opened when? When's her first night?
A couple days
Tonight?
ago.
2 days ago.
2 days ago was Raina's first night
Yeah.
running the kitchen.
So stop in tonight.
Make your reservations now, you guys. It's going to be a crazy busy week. If you're not in town yet and you're on your way, call a couple of your favorite restaurants and try to get a reservation now because some of them will already say no.
Yeah, the days of being able to call day of or get a reservation or walk in are probably over in most restaurants. So
Except for at the bar at the Red Inn. You can always walk in and get a seat at the bar.
Yeah. Always.
Yeah.
There's only been like 2 or 3 days where if you wanted to sit and eat at the bar, you'd have to wait.
Right.
There haven't been a lot so far. So come in. You can always call in advance. We'll throw you on the list and you get to sit with me and Bob.
Yeah, it's one of the few places that isn't reserved. Our bar, you can walk in and grab a seat.
Yeah, we run a list. So if you walk in, even if the bar is full, you can grab a cocktail on the deck with our cocktail server, and then as soon as 2 seats open up, you'll be ushered on in. Yeah.
What else is happening this weekend? It is the 4th of July weekend officially, and aside from Josh's opening, my dear friend John Dowd has his annual party at the William Scott Gallery. His opening is like a 4th of July tradition, so stop in and say hi to John at William Scott tonight. What else is happening this weekend?
I mean, it's 4th of July, so you know it's going to be crazy.
Right.
But this upcoming Saturday night is Drag Revolution at Town Hall.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, that is tomorrow. Wow.
Who is that?
So it's an event by the Provincetown Business Guild, the Crown and Anchor, Provincetown Brewing Company, and also the Provincetown Performing Arts Fund is involved. It is going to be really, really fun. The 2 headliners are Violet Chachki and Gottmik, who are 2 of my favorite queens from RuPaul's Drag Race.
So you're not going to get to go.
No. But if you are able to go, you definitely should. They're both kind of like fun fashion queens. They just took over Fashion Photo Review, which is like a supplement to Drag Race because the person who usually hosts it, which is Raja, is on the show. So I think she'd be a little biased, you know?
Right.
So they got Violet and Gottmik to do it, so they're now the fashion queens of the Drag Race universe.
Fun.
Yeah. But it is also going to feature a lot of your favorite queens from in town. They've got Varla Jean Merman, Miss Richfield, Thirsty Burlington, Kai Cristal Mackenzie, Elemento P, Lizelot, Delta Miles, João, and the Goddesses of Illusion, and also Jackie Cox, who's also a RuPaul's Drag Race queen who spent a lot of time in Provincetown.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's going to be a really fun show.
It is going to be really killer.
That must be sold out already.
Anytime you can see Varla Jean Merman, Miss Richfield, and Thirsty Burlington all on the same stage, like, you're going to get your money's worth. Yeah.
That's almost your entire Mount Rushmore of Provincetown queens.
Yeah. It is.
3/4.
Yeah.
Only one name missing from that
Right.
poster.
Well, Kai is on there too, and
Okay.
for this purposes, we can just act like she's on my
Okay.
Mount Rushmore of Provincetown drag queens. They're all there. Also, we got a lot of news from our beloved friend Julian Sear, our state senator, and he's going to be throwing on Wednesday, July 6th, a garden party from 5 to 7. It is a fundraising event, so you can spend a summer evening in Provincetown with Julian Sear. It's going to be hosted at the lush garden of the historic Coetzee home at 436 Commercial Street. Yeah, so let me see. You can email team@JulianSear to RSVP, I think. And that is hosted by Philip Mathis and Josh Berry.
Excellent. Go support Julian.
Yeah.
He's one of the good guys.
He supports us. He really does so much incredible work for our community, especially when it's come to public health over the last few years. And he helps us out a lot on our show to bring you some really incredible information. So let's help him out. He does have a Republican opponent this year, which he doesn't always have. So he's got to do the work this year. Anything else?
No, that covers my bits.
Yeah, I think mine too. Let's talk with João. Me and João sat down in my bed to talk about his show Insomnia so he could get a little bit of sleep. So check out my chat with João. Everyone, we are right here in my bed because João needed some sleep because he is fresh off his brand new opening night for his brand new show. How'd it go?
It was amazing.
Good.
It's funny because the name of the show is Insomnia, but it was a dream come
That's why we're
true. We've been working on the show for so long now. Jonathan talked to me back in December, and in January I was like picking the songs, starting to rehearse. So to watch all of those months of like work and a little bit of stress and just hope and all come together and go so smoothly was very special.
Oh yeah, that must feel great.
Yeah, we did a preview that didn't make me feel as good as I wanted to a couple weeks ago. And then we made some changes and we rehearsed it a little more. And opening night was just fun from the beginning to the end.
I can't wait to see it.
I can't believe you haven't yet.
So the show is called Insomnia. Tell us a little about the concept of the show.
The concept is this storybook-like version of the legend about a boy that couldn't sleep. And he couldn't sleep because he couldn't separate his real life from his dreams. He was a dreamer and his nightmares. And in the middle of the show, you find out who the boy is that we're talking about. So the whole theme of the show is dreams, nightmares, and awakening, and how this boy moves from his home country to the States to find all those things, to fulfill those dreams, to run from those nightmares, and he thinks he's going to find all of that in New York, and then ultimately finding it in Provincetown.
We love it.
So it's also a love letter to P-Town and what it represents.
So what can we expect from the show? I know you're a singer, so I'm expecting that. What else can we expect?
I'll be singing. I'm also dancing a little bit, which is very new. Brad Landers choreographed the show and created this beautiful language that helps paint this, like, the picture and tell the story. So he choreographed me, himself, and his husband, Evan. So the two of them are dancing through the whole show, very different types of movement. Someone that saw the show opening night told me that it was interesting how they weren't introduced as dancers and actually as part of the language of the show. And told me that I should call them kindred spirits.
Cute.
So Brett and Evan are my kindred spirits through the show, telling the story with me. And my beautiful, handsome boyfriend, Andrew Sharanian, plays the piano for the show and helped music direct it. So he created all these arrangements that are different from the original songs. We're doing some covers. We're doing an original song that I wrote. And then Johnny plays the slide guitar in the show.
Killer.
So there's a little bit of like the classical piano that Andrew plays with the gritty sound of the slide guitar, with like my vocal jazz, musical theater background. It's a little bit of a mix of everything. And since we're telling this story that goes through so many different phases, there's some bossa nova, there's some pop, there's some musical theater, there's some blues, some soul, and
some Beyonce.
Beyonce shows up twice in that show, everybody. And so there's a lot of things that I've brought from my past to this project, and a lot of things that I had never tried before. Which is why I'm so excited that now I'm getting to share it with people. So yeah, come see it for yourself.
When can we see it?
It's every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. at the Wave Bar, the Crown and Anchor. And we just opened this past Sunday on the 26th, and it's going until September 11th.
Perfect. So if you're going to be in town any week until mid-September, be sure to scoop up a ticket to Insomnia, the Joe Santos show.
Yes, please come visit. And the musicians and dancers will make your dreams come true. I'll sing the nightmares away.
We love it. Thanks for sitting down with me.
Thank you, Ruby. Jazz hands.
It was so fun sitting down with João. I'm going to see his show as soon as I can, but you should definitely get tickets to his show. Sunday night, 7:30 at the Wave Bar.
Insomnia.
Yeah. Did
Please.
you see it?
I did see it. It was spectacular. I saw his preview at the end of last year,
Right.
and had seeing it evolve into what it is now. It's just breathtaking.
Yeah.
Excellent. You
Yeah.
guys, this is Joshua Wilmeth, the painter, whose solo show is opening tonight at the Commons.
Your first one.
First solo show in town. Yeah, it's very
Killer.
exciting.
Congratulations.
I know, it's a big day. July 1st. I've been doodling it in my sketchbook, so I can't imagine a better way to start it than here with the two of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and in the studio, no less. Like a step
Yeah.
forward. All the other segments we've done have been around town, so I mean, I thrive on a good street corner, but this is a nice change of pace.
We had Josh on last year during Carnival Week because he does so many of the decorations around town for so many businesses for Carnival Week, and I'm sure you're booked up for Carnival.
Yeah.
Can any businesses still book you for Carnival decorations?
Definitely still accepting some
Great.
applicants.
I can't wait to see you all stressed out because
Yeah.
you overcommitted.
100%. There's a theme.
Who are you doing this year, the boat slip?
I'm doing the boat slip, Be Well, Be Exclusive, Cafe Heaven, the Queen Vic, the Prince Albert.
Oh, wow.
And Grab and Go. So far.
Jeez.
Okay, maybe don't reach out.
No, there's always room for more whimsy in this town.
Oh, jeez.
And so I'm going to pivot to that right after Sunday, which is the second opening for my show.
Cute.
Yeah. So
Well, first let's talk about how you got to Provincetown. When did you get here? What made you move out here?
I'm entering into my 6th year. And honestly, I followed in your footsteps, Harrison. Like we were living together in Boston, and then you moved out here, and then the next year I was like, wow, Harrison's doing great. Like, I should do it too. So
I love that was your perception.
it was the first year. You were still full of hopes and dreams. So.
Very true, very true.
But yeah, I've just been out here and finding a lot of success, and it's been really great because I've been jumping from job to job and commission to commission, doing a lot of mural work and installation work. But this is the first time that I'm going to be debuting my own personal work, and it's become very personal and very vulnerable. So I'm really excited to showcase it.
Definitely.
And they don't often do solo shows at the Commons, do they?
Yeah, sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of group shows, but they offered it to me at the end of last year. And honestly, they offered it to me at a time of big transition, so it just was perfectly coupled into just throwing myself into the process.
And it's figures mostly.
Mostly figure work, so figure it out. I always think that the name of the show should be a little challenging, or at least mine. So a lot of portrait work, and then a lot of figurative work. I do mostly sexual exploration of identity and a very clear queer narrative. So it's been nice to throw myself into it.
So we'll talk a little bit more about the show, but so many people have already seen your work, even beyond the carnival decorations you put up over the years. Where you could walk down Commercial Street and see a ton of your work right now.
Yeah.
Where?
At the Smoothie Bar, the Grab and Go, at the Buoys at Be Well, which was our first segment together 2 years ago. The Honeybee at Be Exclusive. The Pride Fist at Spiritus.
The vines in the bathroom at Cafe Heaven.
And the front window pane at Cafe Heaven of the street view. So there's a lot. The bottoms up here at the brewery.
Yeah.
Thanks, Eric.
And no spoilers, but I think a lot of people's favorite decoration from the Rainbow Carnival was the Wizard of Oz feet at the boat slip.
The ruby slippers.
The ruby slippers.
Yeah.
That was a huge piece. Everybody posed for a picture by it.
100%.
Like-
I've never had anything more well received.
That was such a great idea.
How are you going to top yourself?
Oh, I don't know. It's been very intimidating.
Are
Top
you that
yourself.
flexible?
No, not yet. But I'm doing yoga every day. No, it was an incredible opportunity, and being able to collaborate again with DJ Mary Alice for the 5th year just like allowed us to kind of take over. And we had no idea what we were going to do for the Wizard of Oz or Somewhere Over the Rainbow. And to be able to create something on that scale that did touch so many lives was really special. This is exactly the kind of art I want to make. beautiful and impossible to ignore.
Because you create a lot of art around the carnival theme, I know you always have a lot of opinions about the carnival theme.
I do.
How are you feeling about monsters, myths, and legends?
It's been exciting to come up with new ways to not do like a strong white man's like slaying a mythical creature.
Right.
So a lot of businesses have been open to trying to slanting the view of what myths, monsters, and legends is and coming up with their own iteration. So I do think there's going to be a lot of variation on the street.
Yeah.
But I'm sure day of there's going to be tons of Hercules and Medusas.
Yeah.
Right. And but when you're working with so many different business owners, it's a collaborative choice, or are they like, this is what we want?
Sometimes they come forward and they're like, this is what I want or this is what I don't want. And sometimes I'll pitch them just like 4 or 5 different concepts that I think I'll be able to logistically pull off. So it's a back and forth and it's always varied. But now I've built up such a rapport with a lot of these clients that they're just like, yeah, go to town. Right. Like Quinn at Cafe Heaven was like, showstopper. I just want a showstopper, whatever you want to do. I was like, yeah, Quinn. I love it. It's a lot of faith.
So your show it's been up for a day or two, right?
Yeah, I installed it a couple days ago.
Okay, but tonight is the opening.
Tonight is the opening party from 5 to 7:30 at the Commons.
And also there's a second opening?
Yeah, so there's so many people coming into town tomorrow. So I
Right.
thought today would be a little bit more oriented for locals and people who are already in town. And then on Sunday, it'll just be the mayhem of 4th of July. So that'll be 6 to 8.
Great.
Yeah.
I know you two paint a lot of extremely large things. Are we getting a lot of that?
There is a larger scale to the work, but it's trying to be a little bit more of an accessible format. But still, most things are about 4 feet tall.
So accessible.
But the Commons is such a beautiful venue. Like you're able to showcase work on a scale that you can't do in a lot of other galleries. So I have 25 large pieces in this show. It's a really big undertaking. So
Is it all figure work, or do we have anything else sprinkled in?
there's a little bit of breadth, but the majority of it is figure work. The meat and cheese of it are these 2 series I've been working, one for a couple of years and one just for the last couple of months, but kind of morphing the human body into bodies of water and the sort of the energy exchange of intimacy and sexual positions. So a lot of it all taken, the source material is all my personal videos. So it definitely showcases a vulnerable side of my queer life.
hot.
Have you seen them?
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Have a great time tonight.
I'm really excited. I hope everyone can make it out.
I'll be
Yeah.
there on Sunday.
Yeah, perfect.
So it starts at 7 tonight?
The 5 to 7:30.
5 to 7:30.
Yeah.
So please stop by the Provincetown Commons tonight, 5 to 7:30. To say hi
6
to
to 8 on Sunday.
6 to 8 on Sunday, yeah. I'll have champagne and tequila because that's all I drank to make it.
God. The tequila is embedded in the painting.
It seems it's tequila and tears are how I make all of my paintings. Very thematically appropriate.
Yeah, we got a video now, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
You guys, this was the blessing of the fleet out on the water last Sunday. It was a perfect day for it. Please enjoy this.
Happy blessings!
Hashtag blessed. We got blessed.
So jealous. I watched it all from the Red Inn windows, which isn't the worst place to watch it from, but you know.
Please welcome back to the show our good friend David Raleigh.
Hey.
David usually comes and sings a number, but today, finally,
I know, I'm talking.
I know.
I don't know about that.
Do you talk as well as you sing?
I don't think so.
Thank you for coming and doing
Thanks
this.
for having me on.
First and foremost, you've got shows at Tin Pan Alley coming up.
Dude, starting tonight.
What time?
Filling in for Mike. I'm playing from 6 to 9 tonight, tomorrow, and next Friday night, and next Saturday night.
Excellent.
Yeah.
No.
I'm very excited about it.
What is typically your repertoire?
You know, I'm a crooner.
Oh.
I sing love songs and a lot of standards and pop songs from like the 70s,
Oh, awesome.
80s. I would say I'm kind of a Stevie Wonder meets Nat King Cole meets Lionel Richie kind of guy.
Okay.
Perfect. Now tell everybody a little bit about your personal relationship with Provincetown. When did you first come?
First came here in 2001. I know, I'm old. And we came here actually for a reunion. I used to live in Laguna Beach, which is another story that I need to tell someday. That Rafe from Jimmy's Hideaway and I used to work at the same restaurant when we were
In Laguna?
Laguna Beach, California in the 80s.
Oh my gosh.
And I played the piano and he was a waiter. We've been
Back
friends
when
for
Rafe
long.
was in Playgirl.
Back when he was in Playgirl, yes. And they still waved that copy around even back then. I mean, it was great. But yes, we've been friends forever. And I came out in 2001 with a group of people that I met in Laguna. We had a kind of reunion of sorts. And about 10 of us came out to Provincetown. I had never been here before. And I came with my then boyfriend. And we loved it. And we've been coming, I think we've missed 2 summers since 2001. We've been coming the entire time. And, you know, it gets longer. First it was 4 days. And then it was, you know, a week. And then it was 2 weeks. And now we're, you know, we never know when we get here how long we're going to stay. So
Last year you were here for quite some
we
time.
stayed like 3 months.
That's the
last
whole
year.
summer.
Soon you'll be a year-rounder,
I
just
know,
like
probably.
me and
You
Bob.
live here now.
Yeah, thank you. I wish I could say that. I love it here, but no.
This year's your weekend.
This year we're here till July, middle of July,
Excellent.
and then we're coming back in September, and we'll be here for like a month.
Cute. Great.
So yeah, you'll see lots of me. Hopefully, I'll get to play at Tin Pan Alley then too. So it'll be exciting. Please come out. It's gonna be fun. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Do you typically perform a lot when you're in Provincetown, or is it more vacation?
You know, I have not performed. Last year was the first time.
Okay.
Mike, who's the hardest working man in show business here, asked me if I'd sit in for him a couple nights at Tin Pan Alley last year, and it was so much fun. And this year he asked me to do it again. So I'm doing it. But normally when I come up here, I kind of chill out. I work a lot in the city, and when I come up here, I kind of chill out. But I love performing, so it's, you know, slowly it's turning into, I think, yeah. I'm hoping to do a show at the Red Room. Really, that's my
awesome.
my goal.
Yeah, that's your favorite
So,
spot.
I love Janet. I'm trying to sneak my way into her
I
heart
would definitely.
and play there. So that's what I'd like to do next.
Well, I mean, you've got a few weeks, so why not?
I do.
I feel like, yeah, you could just like hop in wherever you want.
Why not?
I'm little. I can do that.
Janet, if you're watching,
Yes, please.
what do you like to do on your time off in Provincetown?
I don't know.
Drink at the Red Inn.
Drink at the Red Inn, absolutely.
And the Beachcomber.
You know, we call it Rick and I call it Red Inn Fridays. We do it even in the city. Friday afternoons, we go out drinking at a bar. We call our friends. We're having Red Inn Friday, and we go out and we have a drink. So when we're here, we're always with Bobby at the Red Inn. We have to sneak in time with you.
I know.
'cause,
We've yet to.
This
we
year
keep
we
missing
haven't.
each
We
other.
haven't. We've seen it. Are you there Tuesdays? What nights are you
Tuesday,
there?
Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday.
All right, we got to get it. You weren't there last night.
Last night was Thursday.
Oh,
Me and Bob are together on
Vacation
Tuesday
brain.
and Saturday.
Yeah, Tuesday and
the
Saturday.
days all blurring together. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's been
Was
happening to me
yesterday
lately.
actually his birthday?
Rick's birthday was yesterday.
Happy birthday,
birthday.
Rick.
Yeah, it was great. We went. We did a whole bar hop. We started at Red Inn. We took I rented pedicabs and we decorated them with balloons, and we drove down to Red Inn, and we had drinks there and got totally drunk. And should I say that? No,
Yeah.
we didn't get drunk. We were just a little tipsy.
I said I was going to murder Bob 3 times already on the show. You can say whatever you want.
And then we left there and went to tea and drank at tea.
Oh boy.
And then we
Please
Went
say
to
you
the-
went to bed.
no, we went to Monkey Bar, And we had cake and everything at Monkey Bar with more friends, and we drank till 9. And then I went to Jim Caruso's cast party and did that, and then we ended up at the underwear party. It was a day.
Were you working the underwear party?
I was not.
It was not there. Kent was there. I was going to say Kent. But it was,
That's
a
a
fun
day.
day. Then I went home to sleep because this is early for me. I'm not a morning person.
I know.
This is very early for me, and as soon as this is over, I'll probably be back in bed in like 15 minutes.
Same. That sounds like a really fun birthday, though.
Yeah, it was good. We had a good time.
Have a great time tonight. Everybody
Thank
go
you.
to Tin Pan
Yes,
Alley.
please come by.
I also want to
6 to
congratulate
9.
you. I don't think we've had you on the show since your wedding.
That's true.
It
I got
looked
married.
outrageously gorgeous
It
and
was
fun.
amazing. It was really fun. I'm gonna drop names, but Rhonda Ross married us, Diana Ross's daughter, and Natalie, who you had on.
Our guest last week, Natalie Douglas, sang at his
sang
wedding.
us down the aisle. Billy Porter sang. It was amazing wedding. We hit that spot right when there was no COVID. There's a few weeks in October when
Right.
you could go out and take your mask off and feel good. So people were really in the mood. And Rick and I have been together a long time, and so all our friends, this was like a wedding that was way past due. So in fact, for his birthday, we had a theme of our wedding. It was truly blessed and duly grateful. That was a theme, and it's a song by John Bacchino that I love, and that was the theme of our wedding. And for Rick's birthday, I got him a present, which is on me. I went to Mooncutters and got it tattooed on my arm.
10/30/21.
Isn't it very sweet? So, yeah.
That's beautiful.
That's going to be easy for me to remember. It's exactly 2 weeks after mine.
Yeah, I know. You upstaged me with your surprise wedding before mine. I'm asking him to come to my wedding. He goes, oh, we're really busy. We don't think we'll be able to make it up. And the reason he was busy is because he was upstaging me, getting married before me with a secret little wedding that I found out on Facebook. And the thing is, we had been talking about our wedding
I know.
the whole summer, last summer, because that's all I talked about for like a year. And we talked about it, and he was just calmly saying, oh, that's nice.
Ours was so last
And then
minute.
he upstaged me.
I didn't upstage you. I co-staged you. Congratulations.
Anyway, thank you. Thank
Of
you
course.
guys.
It's
And,
so nice to have you
You're
here.
a part of our relation to life, and so we love it. Thank you so much for being you guys and having me on and
course.
loving P-Town. It's really fun to be around you guys.
Part of the family. Do you have a couple more things we need to
do.
mention?
This Sunday is Dyke Dock here at the Provincetown Brewing Company. They're actually doing a fun fundraising thing where you can pay. They're going to have big pictures of the Supreme Court justices, and you get to, if you donate, you get to throw an egg at their face.
Kristen Becker is single-handedly revolutionizing and rejuvenating like lesbian fun times in Provincetown. People constantly complain like, where do the girls hang out? Why isn't there anything for girls to do? Kristen Becker is spearheading a movement. Come and celebrate with her at Dyke Dock on Sunday.
There's so many women doing such great work in town. Anna Tala is doing some really cool things in town as she is involved with Dyke Dock. I think it's going to be KT Extension, the DJ, this Sunday for Dyke Dock, who is really incredible. I actually, 2 weeks ago, me and Bob both went to the new pool at the Crown and Anchor for one of their beach parties, and KT and also DJ Lazarella were DJing, and they're both fresh graduates from the Andrew Hague School of DJing, and he did a really good job turning them into super amazing DJs.
Lazarella now has like a standing gig at the pool at the Crown on Sundays.
Slay.
I know. So you can go hear Lazarella this Sunday, July 3rd at noon before you do the rest of your Sunday fun day
Dyke Dock.
activities. Dyke Dock.
Oh, also, I forgot. Project Valor Sailing is pleased to announce that the return of the Independence Day tradition. They're going to be reading the Declaration of Independence at Town Hall on July 4th. It is going to be at 10 a.m. with Adam Howard's going to be reading it. It's going to be a ton of fun. He does Project Valor Sailing, so stop by on July 4th to hear the Declaration of Independence at Town Hall.
What else?
I think that's it.
Did we do it?
Yeah, we did it.
Is that a show?
That's a show. Let's call it a show.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, Adam Howard Metal Workshop at 3 Bradford Street, ProjectValorSailing.org, Cafe Heaven. Go in there and eat. They were closed a couple of days last week, but they're back full-time, 6 days a week. The Red Inn, Be Well Cannabis Dispensary, the Provincetown Brewing Company,
Crown and Anchor.
and the Crown and Anchor.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching and for waking up in Provincetown.
Wherever you are.
We'll see you next
See you next
Friday.
week.
Good morning, everybody. Wake Up
Wake up, wake up.
in Provincetown. This week featuring